Hey guys, only 2 weeks to go until I step on stage in Pittsburgh for the IFBB North American Championships for the second time. Just wanted to kind of touch base, kind of tell you what's been going on with training and diet and all that good stuff. Actually today, diet changed, dropped my carbs a little bit more and increased my fats a little bit. And this is going to happen, or actually going to be for the next 4 days. Once I get to the 10-day out mark, I'll start doing depletion, kind of working down to almost no carbs. And then, of course, we'll start my carb up. I'm trying something a little different this time, something more of a traditional depletion and carb up. And, nothing real drastic, but like you said, I want to try doing something just a little bit different and see how my body reacts to it. So, so far, so good. Haven't stepped on the scale for probably about a week and a half, 2 weeks. Just typically the scale kind of screws with my head. What happens is as you're training, if you keep stepping on the scale every day and you don't see the scale going down, even though you're looking in the mirror and it might be telling you, hey, you're doing the right things, you're on the right track, psychologically you look at the scale and you think, well, I should be dropping weight, but, if you're increasing lean muscle mass, there's a lot of different factors that can come into play there, fluid retention, things of this nature. So I'm actually not going to weigh myself at all, probably until the morning I leave for Pittsburgh, which will be on the 30th, the 29th, because I compete on the 30th. In terms of the diet, like I said, fats went up today, carbs went down, at about 2,400 calories still, proteins at about 250 to 260 grams a day. But as far as the 10-day out point, calories are actually going to drop pretty substantially. They're going to drop down to 2,000. And as it is right now, I'm really, really hungry, so I'm using saffron extract to help curb my appetite. It actually doesn't make it so that you're not hungry, but it kind of takes the edge off of things. And actually, it's weird. It kind of psychologically takes away the cravings. The hardest part for me is at nighttime. During the day, I can actually go a couple hours without even eating or the need to eat, but I make myself eat just to make sure my metabolism's on schedule with everything. At nighttime, it's a different story. I get home from the gym, and I got a couple hours before I go to bed, and man, I just want to eat everything in sight. So that's where it really comes in handy, because I want to try to fight off those urges to eat any crap. Matter of fact, there isn't any crap in my house. I get rid of all the goodies and all the stuff so that I'm not, even if I'm tempted and I want to, it's not there. It's the only way really to refrain from eating the junk. As far as training is going, starting to really feel the diet, especially this week. My strength really took a big hit this week, which is good though, because that means the diet's working, and really starting to lean out quite a bit. Like I've noticed, usually the last thing that kind of goes away is a lower back fat, that lower back area that gets a little soft, and the lower abs. And over the last 3 to 4 days, it's disappearing every workout. Started, cardio was doing HIIT on the treadmill. Then I graduated to doing high intensity steady state on the elliptical. It was beating the crap out of me. So then I kind of flipped over to the step mill this week, which I tell you, out of all the machines and all the different cardio equipment, the step mill, it just makes me soaked. Like I'm soaked on everything, whether it be treadmill, elliptical, what have you. But the step mill, within 5 minutes, I'm completely drenched. So figure 30 minutes, I'm burning a lot of calories and burning a lot of fat. Still trying to work in my 30 to 45 minutes of steady, fasted cardio in the morning, just walking. Actually was fighting a sore throat earlier this week, so I actually slept in a few mornings just to get that extra sleep. Still a little bit congested, but I've managed to fight off getting full-blown sick, which is good. Obviously, you don't want to be sick anytime, but especially 2 weeks out from a show can really screw up your prep. So I'm going to continue to take my airborne, take my emergency, and my cold and cough teas and stuff like that, drinking them to try to keep this thing off. I've been using the neti pot to flush my sinuses, so it's really, really helped out. That's pretty much it, Going to keep training hard. I had figured out yesterday I have was it 15 days, so many meals to go through, so many training sessions, so many cardio sessions, and just break those things down and kind of see, okay, here's my goal, here's what I need to get to that goal, and you really just have it all laid out and planned out. It just makes things a lot easier for you, so you just don't have to think about it. You just eat your food, you train, you take your supplements, you get your sleep. That's another thing, man. I've really been making a point to try to get a full, good night's sleep, which is difficult. I'm usually up like every hour or two anyway. On top I have my 9-month-old daughter who's up sometimes, and I just don't sleep all that well. So, but in any event, like I said, it's trying to rest. It looks like I'm a little bit more well rested. You can see in my face that I'm a little more rested now, which is great. And hopefully I can continue to get that 7 hours or so at least 6 or 7 hours of sleep as opposed to the 4 or 5 I was getting before. Just that extra hour or so makes a huge difference, and I can feel the difference, and you can see the difference in my face just because I'm not exhausted all the time. So, all right, well, 2 weeks ago, and thanks guys for checking in. As always, thank you for the support. Shout out to Swolgers.net. Shout out to La Cheek Nutrition. And guys, make sure you follow along on my Facebook account. Also, Rip the Shreds, my consulting business, which again I'm trying to keep going, try to keep building it. And like I said, any questions, comments, anything, feel free to hit me up. I'll be more than happy to help you guys out. All right, guys, we'll check in probably next week. Take care.